Say no to tobacco and yes to life. My name is Karl Bauer, and today I'm going to discuss the circumstance of Australia being the first country to introduce plain packaging of tobacco products. Before I begin, I'd like to share my experience working in a rural community as an emergency generalist. I'm currently working in Western New South Wales, where smoking is one of the main key issues in the health system. And this is the leading cause of health burden on the system. My presentation today will provide a background of problems, management theory, challenges for governments of public health programs, leadership skills, and engagement with stakeholders. Reflecting on qualities of global public health leaders will be described, and global health programs to advance health equity and social justice globally will be conducted to better understand the challenges of tobacco use. So, the World Health Organization estimates that globally nearly 8 million people die from tobacco-related illness every year, with most being in low and middle income countries. In Australia, approximately 3 million Australians continue to smoke every day. Tobacco remains one of the leading causes of preventable disease and death among Australians, despite success over recent decades in reducing smoking rates, killing over 15,000 people every year, including Indigenous and young people. This situation is defined as a challenging, complex issue, and plain packaging is a misnomer. So what is plain tobacco packaging? Tobacco plain packaging aims to reduce smoking rates to improve public health. Tobacco use is discouraged by plain packaging by making health warnings more effective, removing misleading information on the packaging. The package design is used to reassure smokers who may be contemplating quitting and attracting new smokers. Tobacco products are now required to be packaged with nothing other than product names, brands, manufacturer's name, quantity of products. As you can see, more details in the pictures. So no other legal product is like tobacco, which when used as intended is lethal. Now here, leadership skills are presented. Tobacco companies fought to protect their profits, but Nicola Roxon and the Labor Party fought to protect lives. Big Tobacco established the Alliance of Australian Retailers Group to front their activities and ran a multi-million-dollar campaign against Labor during the previous election. On December 1st, 2012, plain packaging laws commenced, and a 2016 review found that these laws are having a positive impact and have helped to reduce passive smoking and smoking in Australia, and are expected to continue these trends. Plain packaging is the next step in a comprehensive end of tobacco promotion, and has never been intended to be a magic bullet solution. Rather, it aims to reduce smoking over time with a special focus on young people and children. While there's been a long history of global efforts to introduce plain packaging, Australia was the first country to make what was universally agreed among the tobacco control workforce to be a good idea and actual law. A professor of health policy at Curtin University recommended plain packaging as a way to reduce smoking rates and stated the introduction of these laws was a huge step in public health for both Australia and the rest of the world. So, political leadership and integrity can defeat cynical commercial interests. Roxon saw prevention of harm caused by tobacco use as a priority. Roxon also recognised the importance of further action on tobacco, back to plain packaging, implemented comprehensive approaches. She demonstrated transformational leadership with cross-party bipartisan support, which was subsequently confirmed by the incoming coalition government. Roxon was able to engage the opposition and other stakeholders because of her leadership, communication skills and integrity in a collaborative approach. Only a few policy processes are compatible with normative project management that conform to traditional characteristics of projects. Strong evidence and sound research underpin both good public health policy and effective advocacy. The role of campaigner and researcher can be combined to exceptional effect. The director of the Libertarian Institute, IPA, at the time, Tim Watson, argued that introducing plain packaging would cost taxpayers $3 billion. Tobacco companies fought against what they and the Libertarians argued was a nanny state going too far. British American Tobacco Australia ran a national multimedia campaign against the legislation, arguing it would increase smoking rates by boosting illegally imported cheaper products. Now, why should Australians have to potentially foot a huge bill? Was another argument by David Crowe, CEO. Another argument was that trademark laws and intellectual property rights were being breached. Public health coalitions were able to work well and cohesively towards a common goal. Governance and political conditions enable or constrain attention to health issues on government trade agendas and negotiations. Other countries view some of Australia's export into interests such as alcohol and sugar as barriers for generating attention. Australia was the first WTA criticising Thailand for its labelling measures of alcohol, where Department of Foreign Affairs saw market access as more important. The Australian Health Minister Roxon championed TPP policy and fearlessly took on the tobacco industry and was indispensably committed and prepared political champion. Otherwise, this wouldn't have happened. Roxon was supportive and astute political leader. Australia became the first nation in the world to adopt plain packaging regulations for tobacco products. The arguments on trademark were expected by some trade experts to go Australia's way. The WHO supported Australia and many other countries began announcing similar legislation. The slow pace of the WTO decision prompted Australia to actually object to challenges deliberately stalling proceedings to produce a dissuasive obstructive effect. More than 70% of non-communicable diseases, investment and trade agreements facilitate NCD risk factors. Greater coherence between health and trade sectors is recognised as needing promotion. Lessons from the success in areas of tobacco control and access to medicine in Australia could be applied by policymakers and practitioners. There are implications for the public trade and investment agreements which can reshape the SDH. Transformational leadership can be applied when aiming to increase motivation and participation in groups and realise a potential need for change. Change management and leadership are an integral part of industries and companies. The transformational leader is leading on a very individual and emotional level, not by threats or promising incentives. Leaders need to develop a strategy and vision that supports the purpose of enabling people to understand. The vision and strategies to transform the plastic packaging market into a circular economy were developed by the Ellen MacArthur Foundation in 2016. The term circular economy was first mentioned in the 1990s by David Pearce, now one of the most well-known and to date words in the plastic industry. Circular economy is a term which is omnipresent in discussions about climate change and sustainability. Plastic pollution is a current topic and consumes media nowadays. A popular expression in media today is the circular economy, which aims to contain and minimise the negative effects of plastic pollution. The main influences progressing towards a circular economy are change management and leadership. A strong leadership is required. Here is the reference list of this study. In conclusion, with persistence, good science, research-based recommendations, skilled advocacy, lawyers and politicians with integrity, then public good can prevail. TPP has been highly effective and successful, innovative public health policy which will become standard practice internationally in countries committed to reducing death and morbidity rates from tobacco use. Don't let tobacco take your breath away. Choose health, not tobacco. Thank you very much.